Hi, I'm Gotev from MP3 Car, and today we'll take a look at how to connect a P2140 and properly configure it. So these are the input and output harnesses of the P2140. In my right hand I have a 6-pin Molex input connector, and it has two black wires which are ground, two red wires which are positive, one yellow wire which is ACC, and one blue wire which is pulse input. In my left hand I have the P2140 output connector. This is J2. So it's an 8-pin Molex with obviously 8 wires on it. The red ones are primary output. The grounds are grounds for both primary and secondary. The brown is secondary output. And there's a green and white wire which are ACPI, and blue wire is remote on. Just for reference purposes, this is going to be our left hand side where you see the USB and the 6-pin input Molex connector, and this is our right side where you see the 8-pin output Molex connector. This group of 3 pins is JP1. This is what controls your primary output voltage. This group of 3 pins is JP2. This is what controls your secondary output voltage, 12 or 5. JP4 is right here, a group of 6 pins, and this works in conjunction with JP2 and JP1 whenever you configure the P2140 to output in a different voltage combinations. JP here, right here, is 2 pins, and this is pretty much the power button, and this is what sends the signals to your PC to start up or shut down. So we showed you what the where the pins were located without the jumpers. Now it's very important to have some jumpers on there for your P2140 to function. So this is one of the output configurations of the P2140. So what I have is here a jumper, the P2140 for 12 volt primary output and 5 volt secondary output. It's very important to remember and to know that the P2140 cannot output 12 volts on the primary and secondary rails. So here I put the jumper at the top 2 pins on JP1. On JP2 the jumper is on the 2 right hand pins, and on JP4 there's 2 jumpers that are stacked on top of each other in a horizontal position, and it's jumpered for config 1. So that's 12 and 5 volt output. If you want to do different combinations, please take a look at page 11 of the manual, of the P2140 manual. There's a little table to the right of the picture with the jumper meanings, and you can look at what's possible, what's not, and which config position JB4 needs to be in order for your outputs to work properly. So really quick about the test setup. On my left hand side here is a bench power supply. It's a variable output voltage power supply, and we have it configured to 13.8 volts by default since we're simulating a battery. These 2 units right here are called load testers. So they actually draw power from any power source, and we can configure them up to a certain amperage. So usually when we do load testing, when something doesn't work, we just connect it up to here, and this will simulate your computer drawing a certain amount of watts. This here is a multimeter, and I'm just going to use it to demonstrate how to use a multimeter, but it comes in handy once in a while.